So, I have made it back to my house. It was a journey, y'all. A journey. But I didn't even have the worst of the worst. Did y'all get that? Did y'all hear that? I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. I don't know if my camera picked that up. I will definitely go back and check. I still don't know what that was. There was like a voice. I'm home alone. I'm gonna choose to believe that it was probably my Google Home. Don't know why it went off. But yeah, let's just continue. So, this is how it is. Basically, we were all supposed to leave on the same day, on that Sunday. Did we? Yes. Some of us, technically no. So let's go into this. So if you see me looking over here or scrolling, it's because I wrote everything down to make sure that I don't forget to mention anything. Just because I didn't really make a lot of videos because I was more like, I need to get home. So on day 5, it's Sunday. I'm back home now. It's like 2 weeks from then. Basically, we were all supposed to leave at a certain time. Hyde and PR we're supposed to leave at 6 a.m. on Sunday. I was supposed to leave at 9:59 a.m. and Sunflower was supposed to leave at 5 p.m. Did leave at 9:59 a.m. Hyde and PR did not. Their flight got delayed the night before even their flight was, like 3 times. So by the time we got to the airport, we were like, well, we have time to eat food, so that's what we did. And then I went over to where their flight was and waited with them, and then eventually it got delayed again because the flight attendants didn't show up. And then once they did show up, it got delayed again for maintenance. Let me iterate. Maintenance. I was like, well, I have to go. My flight's about to leave. So I went to go on my flight. I get on my flight to head to the next airport where I have my connecting flight. And mid-flight, I get a notification that my next flight is canceled. And so at this point, I am freaking out. Because my connecting flight is far, far from home. And I do know people there, but not well enough that I could text them. And it turns out the person that I do know that I could have texted wasn't even home. Yeah, so wasn't even home, not even close to home. So wouldn't have been able to even help me. So as soon as I get off the flight, I go to the customer service desk and I'm like, hey, my flight was canceled. I need another flight out today. Like, I need to get home today. And she basically told me there was nothing she could do and I wouldn't get a flight out until Tuesday. It's Sunday. I wouldn't get flight out till Tuesday, and it wouldn't even be until like Tuesday night, like 10 p.m. I was like, is there any chance I can get another flight out today, or I can go to a different airport and get a connecting flight there? I just need to get out today and home. She said no, and then walked away. So I get the number for customer service. I call customer service, and immediately they get me on a flight that leaves in 10 minutes to a different airport. And then from there, once I land, I have like 10 minutes to get to my connecting flight to then take me home. And I'm like, where my connecting flight is at this point is a lot closer than where I was. So I was like, yeah, okay, sure. Of course, as I'm sitting there, that flight gets delayed like 3 times. So at this point, I'm gonna miss my connecting flight once I get there. So I go to the customer service desk again and I ask, hey, my connecting flight once we get there, I'm gonna miss it because of the delays. And again, they say, there's nothing we can do. I can get you out on Tuesday, again at 10 p.m. And I was like, no thank you. I was like, I'm just gonna take this flight because that airport is a lot closer to my house than this airport, and maybe I can get a ride or something. And also I'm like, I can just ask customer service when I get there. After delay, I finally get on my flight to go to my next destination. I get on that. The flight attendants are like arguing with each other. And not only that, as liftoff, top of the airplane like thing like fell down, but not like all the way down, just like fell a little bit, but it was still like hanging on. We finally get to and then once the seatbelt sign goes off, then she like fixed it, the flight attendant. We land at the airport. I go to the customer service desk. I'm like, hey, I missed my connecting flight because of the delays, and I need to get home today. They told me that there was nothing he could do because American Airlines went ahead without my permission and booked me a flight for the next day at 10 p.m. to fly to a completely different airport, not the airport I'm trying to go to, and then I would have a connecting flight to my home airport. And fun fact, that airport that they were trying to send me to, I knew for a fact was not open, because while all of this is happening, my cousins, Hyde and PR, were supposed to go to that airport that they're trying to send me to tomorrow, and it was closed. So, yeah, and that's the airport they wanted to send me to the next day, and good thing I didn't choose that option, because it would have been closed, and I would have, again, not been even gotten home the next day. So, I'm like, I finally am able to get a ride home, because it's a little bit closer to my house, so I was able to get a ride home. So at that point, I have to wait hours before my ride got there, because my ride has to come from my house to that airport to pick me up, and then we have to drive those hours back. So I never took an airplane back home. I had to get a ride back home. Meanwhile, my cousins are not on their flight. Eventually, they do get on their flight at 6 p.m. And that flight makes it all the way to the airport they were supposed to land at. Makes it all the way there, circles around, turns back, and goes back to Nashville. On their way back, the flight attendants told them that their hotel and food would be fully paid for. They didn't have to worry about that. They just had to wait in line to get their vouchers. So when they landed back at the airport, they waited in like hours of lines just for the manager to tell them that it never happened, and that they would have to pay for it. So they paid like $300 for one night to stay in the hotel airport. Meanwhile, Sunflower, her flight was supposed to leave at 5. It did leave at 5. Went all the way to the airport we were supposed to go to. And then she had to wait a little bit when they got there because there was no place for them to dock. And she arrived at 6 p.m. So, and she, me, Hyde, and PR all took American Airlines, and Sunflower took Southwest. And Southwest left on time, got there on time, and she's the only one that made it home at an airport. So then the next day, Monday, Hyde and PR were supposed to leave on a new flight at 7 a.m. and that flight also got delayed. So they ended up having to buy a rental car, drive all the way to the airport they were supposed to go to, pick up her car, drive all the way home, and then Hyde picked up her car and then drove hours home. So, yeah, American Airlines American Airlines was left at 9:59 a.m. Was supposed to arrive like 6 p.m. that day. Did not ride home until 12 a.m. Not on a flight. Hyde and PR, American Airlines, were supposed to leave at 6 a.m. Sunday. Left at 6 p.m. Sunday, made it all the way to the airport, circled, went back to Nashville, and then they were supposed to leave at 7 a.m. on Monday. That didn't happen, ended up getting a rental car. Then Hyde was supposed to arrive Sunday at 11 a.m., arrived at Monday at 11 p.m., not on a flight. PR was supposed to arrive Sunday at 11 a.m., arrived Monday at 7 p.m., not on a flight. And then Sunflowers, Southwest Airlines, supposed to leave 5 p.m., left at 5 p.m., supposed to arrive at 6 p.m., arrived at 6 p.m. So there you go. This was my first time riding with American Airlines, and I probably won't ride American Airlines again. Now, to be fair, this was due to weather, so that's not American Airlines' fault. Due to weather, it's just the way that they handle things. Now, I do get that they have, like, so many people that they are dealing with, and it's a lot. I get it. But, personally, it's just, like, Sunflower rode Southwest Airlines, and she did not have any problems at all and got to her destination. All three of us who rode American Airlines didn't even get to go on a flight home. So right now we're still waiting to see if they'll reimburse us for our flights. So we'll see if that happens. And again, it's just how, like, the desk people will handle the situation. I'm not trying to, like, call anybody out for it. It's just, I wanted to tell you guys what happened and how we got old. So there you go. Thanks guys for watching. See you in the next video.